Welcome to Dinos. Today we've got a Games with Gold Full Spectrum Warrior. This is the game they say helped train the US Army. I've been playing through this one, and myself, Jason and Cam are going to talk a little bit about the game while you guys watch Mission 1.
Excellent.
So, before we start, I just want to say, when you said Full Spectrum Warrior in the chat, I thought you were throwing a very unpolitically correct insult, and was honest to God gobsmacked at the audacity that you had to launch a barrage of words like that in the group chat. I wasn't fully aware that, that it was the title of this game, and I have to, upon further, inspection, look at my own values and myself as a person, firstly, but also realise that the US Army are fucking idiots for naming it this. Sorry, that's just my takeaway from this. I thought we'd start off with something controversial. I know. Get out
game.
of the way,
What they're saying is they've got the full spectrum. That's not the 48k spectrum that I used to have. It's the 128k spectrum with the built-in cassette player.
Yeah.
Warrior. Yeah. That's what it's about. So they're all playing there. So Adam, what is it about? I understand it's a war game, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much. So it is a very tactical based game, as you can imagine from in the description they say they trained the US Army, so they've obviously tweaked it before they released it as an actual game, but you can definitely see where that training would come in. It's all about tactical movements, how you take down an enemy, all the different ways you could do it. So this what you're seeing now is the intro into Mission 1. Introduce you to all the characters and basically sets you up completely.
So what do you play? Do you play an individual? Are you the commanding officer? Are you jumping around between characters? How does it work?
So you get to control at any one time 2 teams, sometimes 3, and generally speaking it's Alpha, Bravo, and so forth and so forth.
Charlie, I imagine.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and then it keeps going. The more teams you get. And then you can basically switch between teams, but each team moves as one. There are certain manoeuvres that you can do where you can split the team to move across to one certain position. You'll see that as I attempt to try and do it and fail miserably. And then I actually get it right. So, yeah, the actual game is pretty good. But to get to this point, I have to say, you've got to go through 2 hours of tutorial, should we say. It's more of a lengthy chat about what you have to do.
Do you have to do the tutorial, or can you just jump into it and go, I don't know what I'm doing?
No, the mission, you cannot select the mission. I tried.
Okay.
Because I will admit this on video, I was bored stiff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what? I find that really interesting because, sorry to hijack this conversation, I was very curious and I've looked into it. This is from, now you said something very interesting. This is what apparently trained the army. In the same year, Pandemic Games, the studio that made this game, released Star Wars Battlefront. And I just want to call bullshit on this game training the army, because if these fuckers can release Star Wars Battlefront in the same year, it means these were being developed parallel to each other. And there's no way in hell, there's no way you're spending any time developing this game if you've got Star Wars, on the cards. I'm sorry.
The only thing I can assume is that the whole training bit has been completely overhauled, and they've added bits. So
just made it more fun.
Yeah, I'm guessing this was originally a program that they was using, and they've added to it just to spice it up into a game.
I'm gonna say fun with very heavy quotation marks because, as you said, you were bored stiff.
Yeah.
It doesn't look bad. I mean, it's taken a while to get into the plot, but it's quite cinematic.
This game also had a sequel that came out 2 years later called Full Spectrum Warrior 10 Hammers.
Yes.
So it obviously did well enough to warrant a sequel.
I mean, the actual gameplay is quite good because there's multiple. It's quite a choice-based game. There's lots of different ways you can do it. But the actual tutorial bit, like if you can get through the tutorial, so mission 1 will highlight, then you're all good. But to get through that, it's quite a bore fest.
So when was this? Was it 2004?
2004.
Well, not a lot of games, but we used to have a lot. Tutorials used to be a bit longer, in my mind. I think people had more patience for tutorials then. You'd have them separate to the actual gameplay. Not always, because this was the same year as San Andreas, wasn't it? That wasn't really much. Yeah.
Was San Andreas not 2005?
I think it was 2004, but I'm happy to. Well, not happy to be wrong. I'm angry to be wrong, but I will accept being wrong.
This is one time where it sucks having a mechanical keyboard because you can hear me typing Googling.
I can. That's very good for the recording.
Oh, great for the audio as well. Have fun with that one.
I'll go have a cup of tea now, don't mind.
San Andreas was 2004. My bad. I apologise.
I think like booyah.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway, back to this game.
Right, so as you can see, I've got the highlighted team of 4. That was me moving to select a position. This is me moving to tell them to face where the action is, so I can move across. And when you do that, it splits the team.
They should go. I should know where the action is. Explosions going off.
They're very AI, should I say? You've literally got to tell them where to point, where to shoot. Yeah. If it's not in front of them, they don't shoot.
I had a very brief go at the tutorial. I meant to go back and do more, but I didn't. So I never actually got to the mission bit. I think if you're training an army up and if everyone has played the same game, I think it might make them work together as a team and learn the basic commands and that sort of stuff. Obviously, it's not going to teach you everything, and enemies in real life do not have a shield above their head when they're undercover, and if they're free, it indicates you can shoot them where you are. That doesn't happen in real life, and I don't think you can rely on the HUD in real life. But I think I can see how it would work as a starting point if they're just waiting around, not seeing action. But they should know where to look. Is my point.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's quite interesting because, so again, obviously this being a pandemic game, they're the people that made Mercenaries. Now, I don't know if you guys ever played Mercenaries, but firstly, had a absolute belter of a song. Like they got a song made specifically for the game, and I think it's called like "Oh No You Didn't." Banging song, firstly, absolutely incredible. But secondly, the font seems to have stayed the same. A lot of the cues and not the cues, but the icons and stuff seem to have been reused assets. I mean, it only came out a year later, so it makes sense that would be the case. But I just think that's quite an interesting thing to observe.
So, are you suggesting that either the Mercenaries and the Star Wars games went to making this game, or the US Army accidentally paid for those games?
I feel like the US Army might have actually paid for those games.
Okay.
Because, having completely forgot about Battlefront, I'm pretty sure this is the same font as Battlefront as well.
Okay.
So I can't
we just added lightsabers and Wookiees, whatever. Okay. Yeah, don't train up the US Army with that game.
It's actually got some game mechanics I've never played with before. So, the whole moving the team around, you can, once you select the position, you can select individual team members to do different things, but they stay as a team. I've never had a game do that.
So it sounds like Army of 2, but Army of 8.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So a lot less campy action than Army of 2 as well, I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, this manoeuvre. Should I say manoeuvre? So I've got one team. I've got Bravo covering.
I'll call it a manoeuvre.
I've got one. So I've got Bravo covering with fire, and then I've got Alpha running in to save the team member that got blown up. In fact, this doctor guy does bugger all for about a good 2 seconds when I lay him down.
That's what I'm playing as, I think. That's me. If this is multiplayer, that's my character. Oh, yeah, multiplayer. I believe you just take over one team each if you do. It's like one's Alpha, one's Bravo. I think you still do the same stuff.
Oh, that's quite cool.
And you still have to work as a team between the two players.
Yeah. Okay, that's quite cool. I was wondering how that would work.
Although I'm pretty sure the servers went down years ago, so I don't think that happens anymore.
Well, I mean, considering EA shut down Pandemic Games, I would be fucking impressed if the servers were still there.
If you're going to release a game with Games for Gold, you should put the servers back up just for that week.
This game studio hasn't existed for 11 years. I'll be honest. I don't think servers are even a blip in the eye. Oh, well, they got the Pandemic got the old EA treatment of we're going to buy you, and then we're going to say bye to you. Because
right.
EA basically, as far as I can tell, wanted the Star Wars Battlefront IP, and that was the whole reason they wanted Battlefront and Destroy All Humans, and I think that's the whole reason they bought Pandemic Games. Because apparently Destroy All Humans 3 didn't even come out under Pandemic Games.
I didn't know it ever came out.
Oh wow!
I think it did. I'm pretty sure Destroy All Humans 3 came out.
It probably did. I only remember the first two. I barely played those, to be fair.
Yeah, I barely played those ones.
Destroy All Humans were incredible games. Yeah, Destroy All Humans 3 came out in 2008.
Okay. Oh, they did. Sorry, I'm also looking them up. They also did the Saboteur, which I also never played, but I quite like the look of.
The last game they ever made. Before they were shut down, it even said in the Wikipedia article, they were shut down shortly after completion of the Saboteur.
Well, I was impressed with what I saw, though I never played it.
Okay.
So, do you feel you could now command an army, Adam? Now you've done this game.
If the units move like the game does, then yeah, I'm good to go.
Oh, well, we've all done the same trading, so yeah.
Apparently, but yeah. So as you see, like there's an enemy there highlighted by the question mark, and
it's a Riddler.
The objective is to try and find a way to take them out or move past them. It does say you can try and move past them without killing them, but I'm yet to try and figure that one out. But,
You're straight in the US Army, mate.
Kill them all.
Oh.
Just like, shoot them.
Weapons hot all the time, let's go. It's what's quite weird about this, sorry. Just looking at the way that they take cover and stuff, I'm getting very, very heavy Gears of War vibes from it.
Yes, yeah. It's...
Not with the movement.
No, the cover.
My God.
Yeah. No, the cover is very Gears of War. I am wondering whether Gears of War took a tip from games like this. Yeah, no, the cover is definitely got me Gears of War vibes.
You did say that when you saw the very first clip of this. You said this might be a bit Gears of War.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just the way. So in the trailer, just the way they cover and pop out to shoot. Yeah. Although it doesn't play like Gears of War at all.
Yeah.
I
can see that.
Yeah. So this is your little map thing. It just tells you where you've got to go, where the enemies are.
So you've got a flashing across, which is presumably some sort of med bay or home or something. You've got E. I don't know what E mean. What's E mean? It looks bad. It's red, so I'm assuming it's bad.
Yeah, E's enemy.
Oh,
the blue marker is where you got to get to. I thought I was there. That's why I was hanging about there for so long. But then I figured out, no, you've actually got to move forward a bit. Yeah, and then all hell breaks loose. A massive tank comes rolling past me.
Wow. So this is set. Is it set? I'm presuming modern day for the time. Is it? So it's 2009. I take it. Oh, not 2004. Is it? It's in. Hang on, I did look this up. So it's a fictional place, isn't it? Zekistan or something.
It's in Zekistan.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I have no idea if that's a real place or not.
I don't believe it is. Sorry if it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow! Sorry, I'm just reading up about Pandemic Studios again.
Oh, okay.
A lot of them work for 343 Industries now. So they had big input in Halo 4, and then seemingly the remaining group of them went to Infinity Ward. Or,
okay.
Treyarch or Respawn.
Okay.
So yeah.
See, you've utilised their skills. They're still going. They're good.
I mean, they're all in seemingly very relevant companies at the moment.
Yeah.
I say all. If you're watching this, guys, let me know. Firstly, secondly,
Yeah.
why are you watching something about a game you made in 2004? Who are you showing this to? If you're watching
I'd
it?
watch
Are you
stuff
watching
about
this for
stuff
your
I
sweet
did.
memories? Because if so, why are you watching us play it? You know, like
Yeah,
We're not even doing that. Watching Adam play it.
well, yeah, that's even worse.
Maybe Alpha Team went to one of those studios and Bravo Team went to the other studio.
God, why couldn't Star Wars Battlefront have been the game for gold? That would have been fucking great.
It's already been the game for gold.
Oh, what? When did I miss this? I missed this.
I'm sure at
Was this
least one
before
of them
my
has come
time?
out.
I don't remember this.
Also, those servers didn't work. Bastards.
Aww.
We tried to play that and release it. We didn't make a video because we couldn't play it together. Silly Star Wars people.
That's whack. The most fun with Star Wars is playing by yourself.
Also, I could be quoting complete rubbish here. I'm pretty sure Mercenaries was released before as well as a Games with Gold.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I think that was released as a Games for Gold on Xbox 360.
Oh wow.
I think that's that's how old that game is.
So, just a heads up that this move I'm doing now, I actually got this wrong twice. I ended up shooting my own team.
Sounds about right, yeah.
You learned a valuable lesson though about friendly fire, right?
I was meant to move them past, and I was hoping they'd only fire at the enemy, but they don't. Like, if one of your team is in front of the other one and they're shooting towards an enemy, they don't stop. They just carry on firing.
Valuable lesson. Yeah, if you command your team to shoot someone, they don't question who that is. They'll just do it.
Yeah, they just do it. Yeah.
But more importantly, if you command your team to shoot someone, don't walk in front of them because they won't stop.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is the third time going on this particular bit.
So what's the purpose of this mission? Is it sort of just clear the area or rescue people, or what are you doing?
Yeah, so we was going through on a peaceful mission, believing the area was a safe zone, according to intel. When we got, as you saw at the beginning, got blown up. So now we're trying to secure a safe area to push forward. Is the general gist of mission 1. So this, so you got enemies at the end there. The only way I could figure out to get to them is one team shoot, the other team move. That team shoot, the other team move. Yeah, you learn all this in the bloody long boring tutorial, but it came in handy.
Clearly, it's all in the distant past now, and you've moved on. You've embraced the game mechanics now that you know them all so well.
Yeah, but by the end of that, you know the whole thing.
Yeah, what's that? Grenade?
Yeah, so I throw a grenade to get him out of cover, and then you
made him a
shoot,
pirate.
and then another one came in, and I was like, oh, for crying out loud! So I had to throw another one, and they tell you right at the beginning you've only got so many grenades. So I really don't want to waste them, but yeah, this is the
Here we
only way I
go.
can get him out. Yeah. So yeah, this is the square where we're heading to. Apparently, Team Charlie this time is down in the square. That's the little blue circle 0 you see, and yeah, so we got to get to them.
What is that? Horse? Roast chicken? What is that thing?
I have no idea.
It's a horse. Looks like a horse.
Downed horse. There you go. There's Team Charlie.
Well, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Getting coffee. Some coffee? Yeah. I didn't order a frappuccino.
Charlie 32, this is Charlie 9.
I did. get a little bit into it. By this point, I was like fully into the game. It took me a while, but the whole manoeuvring of the team I found very awkward. So if you're hiding behind cover, like the four, so your positions that you move forward to put against another wall ahead of you. I was pushing directly forward, thinking you can basically go wherever you want with that. Well, I couldn't go through cover with it, so I had to manoeuvre it around cover as the team would. But I found that very awkward, and I was a bit disappointed with that. But you get used to it slowly.
It's not all about you. It's about the team.
Charlie 90, this is Charlie 2.
Every last
Screw the
man
team. I want a
counts.
good time playing it.
So how have you? Have you gone back since you completed this mission? Have you gone back and done the next mission?
For the video, I really want to say yes, but no, I haven't.
Do you plan to?
No, I do not. I have to admit, this wasn't really up my alley at all.
Okay.
But I can see if you're into sort of war games and stuff, this might tick a few boxes for you. Especially if you're into quite tactical gameplay.
I'm not, but I might give it another go. I might try the first mission, see how I get on. But I don't think I'll be completing the thing.
Yeah, I mean this first mission took me, I think it was 46 minutes. Just for mission 1. Now, part of that may be because I was failing so hard, but
Yeah, it's meant to take 2 minutes, Adam.
yeah. So it might be about half hour, but you know.
Bravo! Hey, go!
Cool.
Hey, target spot.
Yeah, no, I mean I enjoyed it while I was playing it, but it's, as I said, it's not really my type of game.
It just seems like it's such a good it's such an interesting premise of an idea. I feel like it's way too early for the hardware that was available at the time.
Yeah.
And I think the medium of it as well, the fact that you're playing it in third person, it should really be top down or something like that. Which obviously, you know, as an actual person in the army, you're not going to get a bird's eye view of the situation to be able to survey it. So I get why they're doing it like this, but at the same time,
Let's go.
it's fucking, if you're porting it over to actually be a game for people to play, you know, switch up a little bit. All you got to do is put the camera top down.
Yeah. I
Presumably-
think that would have helped.
If they're still using stuff like this to train with, I'm assuming they use like VR now and stuff. So you're in the mode of it.
God, I found a demo disc from like very early 2000s, maybe even before the 2000s, for America's Army. The game that they used.
Oh wow!
They used to use to train the military. Oh god, piece of shit that. I'll tell you that much. So yeah, I would imagine it probably is something like VR or some sort of. They probably use Arma 3 and just won't admit it, because I mean that game is, for all intents and purposes, a pretty good military sim.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine it's some sort of modified version of that.
Point fire now.
Okay.
Cut that shit out.
I mean that bit was a prime example actually. Right at the end there, they will not shoot unless you tell them to. The guy's right in front of them, and they just did not shoot.
Sergeant Williams reporting in.
So yeah,
Charlie, you did well.
this is
First time in the winter and we came through.
basically what you can expect from Full Spectrum War.
Airport terminal.
Excellent.
Gonna need you at your best.
If you're in the army,
Really unfortunate name.
Coming back.
Fucking terrible choice for a name.
it is.
Let's get moving.
But if you're in the army and you're watching this and you had a successful mission, does this represent the army? Join us next time for more Games with Gold.